G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to take a look at how the physical LR Goku does in DBZ Dokkan Battle at 100%. So this is the free-to-play Goku. A lot of you guys will have been grinding for this guy from the new Insane Threat event and its revamp, and also from the mission panel. This Goku's pretty damn good. He has a leader skill which is okay, 59%, which is, not like the greatest thing in the world, but it's okay. In terms of his passive, he has attack and defense of 59%, plus an additional attack and defense of 59% when performing a super attack. All allies are key +2 and attack and defense of 30%, plus an additional key +3 and attack of 59% when attacking extreme class enemies. The nice thing about Goku's support is that it's unconditional, so it's not really tied on the allies being super or extreme type, which is really good. And of course, he gains that nice extra bump against extreme type enemies, which makes up a lot of the game. He greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his 18 key and raises attack and defense for 1 turn on his 12 key. You definitely want to build him into a critical situation. You want to have more crit on him to maximize his attack stats, since you could go for additionals, but you would only be gaining a single raising of the attack and defense for 1 turn rather than anything else. And Goku doesn't have any innate damage multipliers like attacks effective against all types. You also have his active skill, which raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. So that's 30%, which is pretty good. And can be activated from the 5th turn, which is obviously really solid, and is pretty damn good overall. So that's pretty much it for Goku. In terms of links, here Z fighters, all in the family, Saiyan lineage, Kamehameha, experienced fighters sharing the limit and legendary power. And in terms of categories, he's on low class warriors, pure Saiyans, full power, Goku's family, Kamehameha, turtle school, bond of friendship, and accelerated battle. It's pretty solid overall. So he has about 294% super attack when he is fighting an extreme class enemy. So we'll try him in an event where he is fighting against a super class enemy and when he is fighting against an extreme class enemy, and we'll kind of just compare the two of them. But yeah, for the most part, Goku looks really solid. His link set is okay. It's kind of the classic Super Saiyan or base Goku link set. Z fighters, all in the family, Saiyan lineage, Kamehameha are kind of common amongst base form Gokus, and then the rest are links that differ between them. Legendary power he'll get from any legendary, and shattering the limit is generally a free to play kind of key link. But he's a pretty good unit. He'll function really well on most teams. He's sharing 5 links here between the Goku and Gohan unit, which is pretty solid. Obviously, they're both giving each other support, which is why you see him with a very hefty 134k support. And he's also got the Super Saiyan Gohan support as well, the Gohan teen there. So pretty good situation right off the bat for Goku, really strong for him. Nice link set, double support. Get the 18 key and we'll take a look. He will be raising this defense quite a bit on his super. He'll be raising it quite high, so we're looking at around above 180k defense, which is pretty solid and good for most in-game content, especially for a free-to-play unit. It's really good. And then we'll be able to see what kind of damage stat he puts up. We can see there 4.4 million, really nice. You can expect it to be quite a substantial amount higher if he was fighting an extreme class enemy, but 4.4 with no 24 key modifier is pretty good. It's really nice for a free to play LR, especially one like Goku that is so easy to get. I mean, he's not an SBR or an ESBR or augmented LR or anything like that. He's not required. Like, his event and the way to get him is probably the least grindy way to get an LR in the game, which obviously they've done by design, but the fact that he's so good is pretty cool, and I think really good overall. So yeah, Goku looks really solid. Goku looks really good. We've got him here linked up with the Gohan. Now we've got pretty much every link except for experienced fighters. You can see his defense has gone down a little bit. Obviously we don't have the support from the Gohan team as well. But in this situation, him and this Gohan make a really good combo. Gohan obviously has damage reduction, which is great when there's a Goku present in the turn. This Goku and him link up really well. They share 4 links, which is pretty good. And yeah, overall, just a pretty interesting combo. Both do some decent damage. Gohan here, obviously really good after his ESBR, a really great defensive unit, especially with a Goku. And Goku himself just doing a really tremendous amount of damage. We can see there a really good amount of damage again, above 4 million once more. And with this, his defense will raise to just over 160, which is really solid. Good level of defense. He gets the additional as well, so his defense would have gone up even further. So overall, Goku's looking really, really good. I really like how Goku looks. His link set is okay. Kamehameha is fairly easy to get on most of his teams. Pure Saiyans, Low Class Warrior, Kamehameha, Goku's family, Turtle School, all of them will have that link quite easily. All in the family is pretty much a Goku's family exclusive link, but it is really solid and you can get it on Low Class Warriors. Z Fighters is kind of the wonky link. It's a very powerful link, attack of 20%, but it is a little bit all over the place. It's only on certain units. Saiyan lineage is fairly common amongst hybrid Saiyans and pure Saiyans, and of course shattering the limit is an okay key link. You would prefer for him to have prepared for battle, but shattering the limit is okay. And legendary power is obviously common amongst every single kind of link set that you can imagine for a LR. I mean, it's on every single one. And then we obviously have experienced fighters, which is an okay link, but is also kind of, a little bit silly. It's not a link that you can commonly get, so it is a little bit difficult to manage. We'll try him out here. This is on a Kamehameha team, so this tech Kaioken Goku is actually a really great linking partner for him. Because Goku doesn't have the Kaioken in his name, he can link with these Kaioken Gokus who have a very similar link set, and they can share a lot of ki, and they have a really decent synergy. Goku has a really good starting defense that can kind of supplement until the tech Goku stacks up enough. And they're both really, really solid, which I think is really great overall and helps out that combination quite a bit. I am quite excited to see where the Kaioken normal base Goku kind of combo goes, and I think it's really, really good and very impressive. So we've obviously got the Master Roshi on the rotation here, just so we can, kind of get a good glimpse at Master Roshi, obviously having his support as well. Turtle School support is pretty good for Goku, and we'll see a pretty good kind of performance from him, I think, in this team. Kamehameha is a very strong team for him, a lot of great synergy, a lot of great supports that are strong units in their own right. So I think he is on limited categories, kind of. For a Goku unit, especially, that's not a lot of categories, low class warriors, pure Saiyans, full power. He might get Saiyan Saga in the future, but I think he's on the right amount of categories. He really can link up really well with quite a few units, so it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. But yeah, the main benefit of this stage is that we get to see him against an extreme enemy, which will be a good premise for him. We can kind of get the setup with everything. Hopefully we'll be able to also see the active skill, which will be very good. So overall we can see a little bit more from Goku, nothing too crazy, but we will be able to see something a little bit more from him, just in the shape of how he performs and everything like that. But yeah, definitely using him against extreme units is going to net out and give you a lot more benefit from his passive, especially attack wise. You'll see him hit some pretty crazy numbers because of the fact that he gains such a significant boost against extreme type enemies. So yeah, it's overall a pretty fun kind of unit to run, I think, especially for new players. It's a cool unit that can carry them through or into a lot of content. He'll get them through story modes and story events easily enough. Because he's a farmable unit, he can be used in all of the prime battles and things like that. So if players want to start farming units or doing things like that, Goku's there. Goku can be used for all the events. Goku's there as a friend, so yeah, it's a really cool way for them to like get people into the game. And I mean, Goku is iconic. 124,000 defense here, no support on the rotation. He's got a decent amount of links. He's got 4 links that he's sharing with this Kaioken Goku, which is obviously very, very good. And we'll be able to see how he does. You can also see his ki kick in, his extra ki against extreme type enemies in this scenario where he just doesn't have the requisite ki. So you can see that kick in as well. And you can see there pretty solid attack stat. Remember, this is the same attack stat that we're seeing with double supports, so you can definitely see how the extreme class enemy has elevated his attack stat quite a bit, which is, you know, obviously very, very good. Links really well with this Kaioken Goku. They're a nice combo. Like I said, Goku's starting defense makes him a decent enough foil for a lot of the game's content alongside this Tech Goku, and with Tech Goku being a Tech banner unit, it makes it, you know, pretty interesting and gives them kind of an ability to, you know, essentially utilize this Goku, which is really, really good. Yeah, for the most part, I want to say just back on Goku as a unit. I think he is good. Obviously, for a free-to-play LR, he's really nice. And I think, like I said, you know, for new players, it's really awesome to kind of receive an LR and be able to use an LR, and there's just a lot that they can do, and I think that's really great. So yeah, obviously on this rotation we now have some support. So you can see 144,000 defense. So I think that's the highest we've seen. After this, he'd be very close to the 190 mark, the 200 mark, which is very good. We'll use his active skill, which is pretty cool, really well done. It does some good damage to the enemy as well. And it'll also temporarily raise his attack for the attack. So it's a nice little 5-turn kind of damage boost. Just lets him do some really good damage out of the blocks. Also acts as an attack. So you can see there he's raised his defense, which is obviously very, very important. So obviously really cool from that aspect. And then we'll be able to, well, we'll finish things off here with this Tech Goku. But yeah, really cool from that Goku. Really nice active skill, just a nice damage boost, similar to the SS4s. You know, it's always good to just have very simple active skills that can be utilized. They really do maximize a unit's damage and help out in a lot of events. Whether it's finishing off a unit in SBR or ESBR, giving yourself that extra bit of defense and damage in long form events, Goku just does that with his active skill. And the fact that you can choose when to activate it, there's no health threshold or anything, is really quite powerful and super helpful overall. So yeah, from my aspect, I'm really quite happy with that for Goku. I think, you know, that's really good for him overall. And yeah, we'll get one final look at him here. He does have a bit of support on this turn as well. He's got the Turtle School support. It would be great to put him in the middle. You know, he's got 100, yeah, really solid. Like, I think that's definitely the highest defense that we've seen. He would have so many links active in the middle there, it would be nuts. But yeah, overall pretty good. We're gonna just slot him into the beginning here, and we'll be able to take a look at what attack stat we can get. Goku will hit his 24 ki with the additional ki he gets against extreme types. So let's just get a good look at that attack stat and, you know, how Goku does. I think it will be really, really cool. So yeah, Goku overall, really awesome unit. I'm really enjoying using him. I think he's fantastic for new players. Cracks the 5 million mark, which is exceptional. You know, really, really impressive. And yeah, just a really cool unit. So let's talk about his links and who he links best with. But I mean, based off of, you know, the premise here, you can see that a lot of Goku based units or Gohan based units are going to be units that link well with him. But he's got a fairly okay generic link set, but he definitely will link best with Kaioken Goku, so it's going to be like his #1 go-to unit. So here we are at the links. We'll just go through them once more. You can see here that we have Z Fighters, which is a very powerful attack link. We have All in the Family, a very good defensive link. We have the Saiyan Lineage, a key link. Kamehameha, which is an attack link, experienced fighters, another attack link, shattering the limit, which is a key attack and defense link, and legendary power. So maximizing all those links isn't too hard. I think you could see in that scenario our worst case situation was 4 links. We're very, a lot of the time sitting with 5 or 6, and it wasn't too difficult to do. It's not like the teams were too gimped around Goku. We had Master Roshi, which is a fantastic support for him. And yeah, just in terms of options, obviously this Kaioken Goku is a very good running partner for him. Nice foil to him as well, with the increased defense boost that he gains on low health. And his constant stacking, he can eventually become the first slot unit for Goku, who will eventually want to move to the second slot in hardcore events. So that's really, really awesome overall. But we have some pretty interesting options. We have the crossover category. Super Saiyan Goku, the Xeno Goku. He's a 40% Goku's family support, which is really, really good. And he also shares quite a few links with Goku, including experienced fighters. So that's pretty solid overall. And then we also have units like the Yardrak Goku. But a lot of these units are going to be really good linking partners for him. You just have to avoid essentially Goku named units that only have the Goku name, and then you should be like more than fine to go. Like Goku Kaioken, Goku Xeno, Goku Super Saiyan. The only thing with Goku Super Saiyan is he won't obviously be sharing the Super Saiyan link, but he does share a decent amount of links with the Budoten Goku as well. Awesome free-to-play option that links really well with Goku, and they're the same typing, so you can use them on things like Ultimate Clash, on things like Mono Challenge ESPR, on things like the God of Destructions events. So that's pretty interesting for Goku to be linked up obviously with Kaioken Goku. So that's really cool, and really, it's really awesome for the unit overall. Obviously, just taking a look at the rest of the link set, there's a couple Piccolos here when we talk about experienced fighters. Those obviously aren't going to link too great with Goku overall. Piccolo very much has an Namekian focused link set throughout most of his units, otherwise he's a bit more revived warriors on some of them. But yeah, there's not that many other options that I don't think we mentioned here. This Goku and Piccolo unit do not link very well with him at all, which I was a little bit disappointed in, because I thought that would be a really cool combo. But no, they're more Piccolo / joined forces orientated, so they're not really something you want to focus in on. However, there is the Int Vegeta Goku exchange unit. When they exchange to Goku, they actually share quite a few links. If we look at the links, they share things like All in the Family, Kamehameha, Legendary Power, Saiyan Lineage, and yeah, just 4 links, but 4 very solid links, and you could easily get the other links with a floating support or something like that, so that's cool for a pure Saiyans led team. And then obviously we have the Kid Gohan. But I think that's going to be it from me, guys. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on Goku. Let me know what you think about him. Have you used him? Have you got him yet? Do you think he's great? Do you think he's not so great? And leave a like if you enjoyed the video. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.